Hello and welcome back to the 30-Day Nature Connection Challenge. Today's practice is mindful bird watching. So this is one you actually potentially could do from indoors. We have a bird feeder here, a couple of bird feeders, which attract quite a lot of different birds. But really you can do it anywhere, sort of watching from a balcony or a window, or in the park. Maybe a pond or river, and all sorts of places. And it's not just watching the birds, but also listening to them. So the invitation here is to just spend a few minutes, or more if you'd like, just observing any birds in the area that you've chosen. And you really don't need to know the names of birds. It can enhance the experience if you know something about the birds. But for this practice, actually, in some ways, it's about forgetting what you know and engaging with what you see and hear, looking at the way the birds behave, noticing the colours of their feathers, maybe noticing how the light catches the feathers. Some sort of very common birds that you might see, magpies, pigeons and so on, actually have really sort of iridescent feathers, which are wonderful, but you can sort of miss this, sort of looking at them and thinking they might be a little bit drab, but actually starlings as well, when the feathers catch the light in a certain way, they have the most amazing colours, sort of almost sort of tropical. So it's worth reacquainting yourself with these feathered visitors. And similarly, it's nice to listen to the different songs and to sort of listening on the conversations, to how they're interacting with each other. So we're in the autumn in the UK at the moment, and there are sort of conversations going on between robins, and it's easier because there's a little bit, quite a lot less bird song than there is in the spring. It's easier to sort of pick out what's going on. Just noticing how their voices carry, sort of propagate through the air is fascinating. But yes, just seeing if you can sort of hear where the different parts of that conversation are coming from. Wrens, typically, you'll hear rather than see. They're actually very common, but you tend not to be able to see them, but you can certainly hear them when they're sort of trilling. That sort of kind of rattling sound in the middle of their song that they make. So it's quite a nice activity just to start to maybe tune in with your ears or your eyes to the various different bird visitors, and maybe learn a few of the more common ones, so that you begin to sort of build up a kind of familiarity with them.